Okay, hello everybody. Game Cooker US Rocks VR here. I'm here today with my son, Michael. We're kind of putting together his computer here. We already kind of started on it because it was late last night, but he has the AS Rock Tai Chi motherboard with the Corsair cooler on it. And he's got an M.2 drive there. See where the box is here. Let's say hi if you want to sit down. This is what he got, the Z390 Tai Chi board. This is not the top tier one. This is like the mid-level, I guess, entry-level one. So it's got all the features that you need for overclocking. Here's the Corsair core that he got. The H100i Pro. And then there's Michael. If you want to say hi, Mike. He can show you. He also got an RTX 2080 Ti video card, which he'll show you in a second. He'll hold that up to the camera. He has the EVGA Supernova 853 G3 gold power supply, 850 watts. So this has all the cords and wires that you need for sure. And he also has the the Intel Core i9 9900K. So this is the what is this one called?
2080 Ultra.
Yeah, EVGA RTX 2080 Ti. Let me put some more light in here. There we go. Better. Got the nice back plate.
Sturdy.
So you can kind of. What is it called again, Mike? The EVGA XC Ultra. You can show them the box. I guess put it together. You can hold up the box. Comes in a nice box there. A little higher. Right there. Yep, there it is. Look at that baby. Haha. The monster. So this is also, I think, Michael's first top tier video card. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. So this one you can see through. It's kind of translucent. Pretty nice.
Did you go through this stuff already, Tim?
Yeah, here you go. He's got the G-Skill Trident RGB. This one is DDR4 3600 with a case latency of 17. This is these are each 8 gigabyte sticks, so it's 16 gigs total. I don't know if you can see the wording there. Comes with a nice little sticker. And he has got the same hard drive that I have, which is the 4 terabyte Toshiba high performance hard drive with 128 megs of cache. He's using the M.2 drive, which is a where's the box for that, Mike?
I think it's in the. What was it again?
Here, show him your power supply real quick.
I think it's in the power supply box, actually.
Okay.
I forget.
Just tell you, hold it about out to here, because it's kind of. You can show him that. That's the EVGA power supply. Yeah, it is.
Got 850 watt.
Yeah. And for his SSD M.2 drive, he got the 960 Evo, 500 gigabytes. We didn't pay that much. He paid like $139, and then you get a free Far Cry 5 game. Pretty good deal. These actually, you can get the 1 terabyte of the 860 series for $215 or something like that now. So if you want to jump up to a 1 terabyte, you can, for about $100 more, you can get the 1 terabyte. But this is sufficient for Windows junk. Yeah, for sure. And of course, he got the new Intel Core i9 9900K, so that's cool. And it comes with a little sack.
Where is this?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Specs on the back.
Look at that. Ooh, baby. Don't let that 3.6 gigahertz fool you, because it turbos up to 5. And I know that because mine's pretty close on stock speeds. Okay. I already showed them that. So okay, so I guess we're gonna put the motherboard in now, or are you gonna actually put these in? I guess.
Probably figure out where we want to put that stuff.
So so this is Michael, my son. So I'm probably gonna fast forward this at certain points when it's just kind of boring, but he's just gonna kind of put in the power supply and run some of the cords through the holes. To try to get himself set up for that. So here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, Michael's got the RX 570 Corsair Crystal Series case. So his is white, mine's black. So it's pretty nice. I guess you could see it from there. Pretty nice case. And with all the glass on it, it looks really beautiful. So see this here, Mike was just telling me. Hi, everybody. What a lovely face, huh? We're going to fire up this computer and install Windows. So we're going to see what the specs say as soon as he boots it up.
Ah, that one right there.
Wait, hold on.
It's hitting the.
Wow, look at that. Yours gets to glow up. Mine doesn't do jack.
Oh, the motherboard actually glows. I didn't know it glowed.
Well, your EVGA card glows.
Yeah.
Yeah, the motherboard glows. You can change it, though. So that's his computer. Where's it hitting? Oh, yeah.
It's the graphics card frame. I didn't even see that.
There we go. Ah, it already wants to install Windows.
Okay.
All right, so for now, I'm just going to focus this on the his computer.
I might need a normal mouse.
Well, no, it should be working with USB. Right?
I guess. It's plugged in.
What do you get it plugged in now?
Oh, that's the keyboard.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying a different one.
Oh, mouse is working.
All right, hold on. All right, so for now, until he puts his key in, well, why don't you try going to the BIOS, Mike? Let's cancel.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. All right, let's see here.
Your car's right here, Ian.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, you can change everything with the RGB lighting. All right, so what you're going to do, Mike, is before you install Windows, you want to probably do the overclocking.
Okay.
Because if you don't, when you start changing stuff, sometimes Windows doesn't like it.
There's the SSD.
All right, so we're checking out the BIOS here, just to see if we can overclock it a little bit. All right, so do you have like an easy overclock on this thing or what? How about tools? No. Tools.
It is tools.
Oh,
the
it
whole
is?
thing.
This one's not really advanced mode. Ah, there we go. Okay, so
Where's the
overclocking.
boost?
No, that's boot.
Oh, boot.
Right here, OC tweaker. All right, so right now it's got it at 5,000 boost, 4,700. I'm assuming on all cores. So CPU configuration. Does this look on here? Yeah. All right, so what you want to do here is a multi-core enhancement. Enable. Good. And then what you want to do is click on this performance mode again. All right, it says here, Intel performance mode allows you to do real-time overclocking, blah, blah, blah. Reminds you that please select the overclocking rules. So you want to do multi-core enhancement. Okay, so I'm not sure what that did. And then click on CPU ratio. All core. And then change that number to how fast you want all the cores to run.
Okay.
Here, click on all that again. Okay, so you can do core by core. Like you can do, say, like 4 cores, you can clock at 5. And then leave the rest for the board to manage. So we'll see what specific core does. All right. So right now it's got 2 cores that are going to run at 5 gigahertz on boost.
One on 4.
So you can. So I have, I think, 3 on 50.
3 on 50.
Yeah. So that's it. So 3 cores will boost. And then hit enter. Oh.
It just does it automatically.
All right. So click, and then if you want to boost this to 48, that's up to you. I mean, you don't have to.
My downsides are hopefully it doesn't overheat, which it shouldn't.
Well, you're hoping with the water cooler it's not going to.
Right.
You're gonna have. Oh, you have to enable XMP too, because you're not even using your full.
My target, yeah, my memory speed's only.
All right, so
2100.
go click on this again, or scroll down. All right, what's this maximum cache ratio? I don't know what that is. Let's forget about that.
that's
Scroll
minimum.
down, scroll down. What's boot performance mode?
Max non-turbo.
Is that what you've clicked on now? Turbo performance.
No, it's non.
Click on turbo performance. We'll see what happens.
Change anything up top?
It changed this.
Oh,
All right, so
Good.
scroll down more.
no.
Oh, it just changed. It said
It
8,000,
just
didn't it?
changed this.
Oh, scroll down then. Keep going all the way. All right, now go back up again. Click on overclock tweaker. Or what is it? Now, where's the memory?
Is
we
that-
gotta change
is
the
it a
memory.
different one?
I don't know. Let's see. Save.
Could go
Here,
back.
no. First, save and exit and restart. No. It'll ask you, and then save changes and exit and see if it restarts first, just with what you have, and then hit the delete button when it's going to go right to one. All right. So
No,
right
just
now.
make sure it's saved.
So right now. Go to advanced. Here.
Yeah, it's been here.
Go to main again. Where's the RAM overclock? Where's XMP settings and all that junk? Tools maybe? No. Try main again. Go to OC tweaker. Oh, here, DRAM configurations. All right, so what you want to do is load XMP setting 2.0. There you go. Now
It just boosted
you're at
it.
36 now. Good.
I know they said So hopefully, yeah.
No, you're good. It recognized it. So, what's this thing here? What's that give you the okay, so that one, no, you can scroll down, see what it, right here. Use the, so keep going. So you can go, keep going. Wow. Oh God. Yeah, you better know what you're doing, I guess, to do
Yeah, I
that,
don't want to
huh?
mess with that. It's on auto. It'll adjust.
Yeah,
It'll change.
but there was something that I changed. It said use odd configuration, and mine actually went from 3,200 to 333. 3,333. So I actually got a overclock on the actual RAM.
Well, I don't want to push it too high, just because
Well,
I've heard these can cause problems sometimes.
No,
so.
not if it's on auto, because it's
Yeah,
doing
as
all
long as
this.
it's auto. Well, like when you start tweaking
No,
it.
this is what yours runs at base.
I know, but
So overclocking, it's not going to matter a little bit. You know what I mean?
maybe that's old news then, because I've heard.
No, that's only if you like really ramp it up. You can't you got to know how to do the ratios if you're changing it manually. What you can do is tell it to go odd, and it might run it at 3756 or whatever the thing would be. But I don't remember what that was called in mine. Like, what's this thing here? Next one. It likes 100 for some reason. What's the DRAM clock? We already did that, okay. And that one, what's this one again?
That's the huge number.
Same thing?
The frequency.
Alright, what about the... So it actually changed your case latency to 15. Oh no, right here, right time recovery. You can change that, but I wouldn't change it unless you know really what you're doing. Yeah, I would have to look in my settings to show you what I was changing for that other one. But anyway, that's fine. So exit and restart and see if it boots. My one core does anyway. See, yours is still 3600. So let's see. Go to advanced again. Let's see if we can get that up higher. Alright, so go back to CPU configuration. This one here. Alright, so CPU ratio per core. So scroll down again. Oh wait, here it is. Minimum, there you go. Click on that. Click on that.
It is.
You did?
You gotta type it in yourself.
So you want the minimum to be, well, if you're going to keep it at 47, then you want the minimum to be 47.
So it won't go lower than 40.
Well, if you raise these up, you can raise it up.
Yeah.
So, what happened here now? Okay, so now save and exit, and now when you reboot, it should be 4,700 megahertz. Your minimum. So you should be running at least your... That did say minimum, right? Not maximum?
Yeah, minimum. Nope.
Still not doing it. So it's showing all your fans? You got 4 fans?
6?
Well, the CPU will be counted as one because I don't think it's gonna. You know what I mean? Because you're plugging them into the.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand this, Mike. Okay, we're already back here again. See, this minimum CPU speed, 8 cores, maximum CPU speed. What is this? I don't know what that means. Oh, that's probably the onboard cache. Thermal throttling. If you don't want it to thermal, you can shut that off. Can't change that. Now, why is it doing that?
Maybe mine doesn't work the same. Maybe it doesn't show.
So maybe we need to change this, I guess. So if you want to do all core,
Well, what's per core?
Well, you're basically telling it to run all cores at a specific speed. It's still going to be, so this will be your minimum now. So, cache ratio.
Auto. I think it was.
What is cache ratio? Oh, how do you do auto now? How do you get it back? Oh, it remembers? Okay. Alright, so here's all cores. You want them to run at 47. That's going to be kind of hot. I mean, I don't know. You have to check the temperatures.
Well, it did have the boost up to 5,000. Now it's only 47.
Right, because now you're running all cores at 4,700 every core. Right, so here you can do specific. That's why.
Well, what if we just try per core? What's the difference?
Okay, let's try that. See, CPU cache ratio. That's different. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's just try now. Maybe it'll change. See, target average speed 5,000. I don't know if that was the same before.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Just keep pressing it. Yeah. So that's your new keyboard, huh?
Yep. It actually changes with some of the games. I've noticed.
I wonder if that's just like the information. You know
That
what
might
I'm
be.
saying?
That's what I'm saying. I think that might be just the base information.
But here it's showing.
Because when you go to here, it shows you like what the target CPU is going to be for the overclock settings.
And it's very weird. Memory speed. I don't know. Let's just get this going though, right? Right, you just want to get the Windows
Yeah, I feel
installed.
like we've tried.
Let's just get it started. Whatever. It'll boost. I mean, if it needs to boost, it'll boost. So I'm gonna turn this to the case because Mikey's got to put in his sensitive information, which we don't want everyone else to see. On this pretty case. Oh, come on. There you go. Alright, so why isn't it installing? It went on before, didn't it? No, it doesn't want to be filming. Oh, there we go.
Oh, do I not even need to open this?
This is basically you just want to hit next. Install now.
I'm trying to find the code.
It's right there. You gotta scratch it
Oh,
off with a
little
quarter
baby.
or a spoon. Whoa, what's that?
It's a product key.
Why is it showing that way? That didn't show up for me that way. That's weird.
I don't have a quarter.
Got it? Or you can use a spoon. Like,
Daddy,
you don't want to scrape
do
off the
you know
numbers.
which one I like?
Okay, gentle.
I like the blue one.
Yeah, I know. You can change the colors too. I just have mine orange for now. But see, the RAM is glowing up. See, the RAM sticks there.
Oh,
You can't touch.
what's the
You
keyboard?
can't touch this.
It's-
Yes,
it's
I understand. You
making
can't go there.
And making colors.
Mm-hmm. That's like my laptop. How did you get over the fence? You're not supposed to climb it over there. Oh, you alright? Give me a banana, Sam. You don't have to put the spaces.
Yep.
you go.
Thanks.
Custom, right?
Look in the trash bag. Yeah. Did you throw it
Oh,
away?
it was almost full, so we want to use this one,
Mhm.
right?
What you're gonna do is new.
No?
Mm-hmm. Hit apply. Yes.
So I should be done with this. Keep this.
I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay. Here's what I didn't do here before. New. Oh yeah, cancel. Let's see if we can format that. Come on, what's it? Okay, I guess you'll have to open that up once it starts Windows.
So what are we doing? Why is there 3 different partitions?
Because it made it. This is the one you want to hit next. Now your hard drive is not going to show up when you start up Windows. I'll show you how to do it.
Okay. So next.
Mm-hmm. So now it's in. This is what I have my 9900K clocked at right now. 5.2 gigahertz. So I'm going to do some Cinebench and some other benchmarks and see if it runs stable. I don't know if I'm going to go any higher than this just because I'm not really that experienced. But there you go, my first 5.2 gigahertz processor. Woo, I'm excited. So here I am using the Intel Extreme tuning utility, and over there you can see I have the cores set to run at 5.2. Down the bottom though you can see it's not a steady 5.2. I guess because it's idle, I'm assuming. But it does go up to 5.2 every so often. But I think that's only like when I'm doing something. It'll pop up for a short time. So I'm going to run this benchmark and see what happens. See if I burn up the chip. I mean, this is only a short test, so.
Daddy, I
Alright, so I got a 3,550 score, which I'm not totally sure what that means. 95 degrees, which was quite high, I guess. I mean, I don't know what kind of benchmark it does. So let's compare scores on side. So is this mine? So I guess I'm kind of up there. Oh, you know. Somebody's got it at 6.3 gigahertz. That is insane. Label this profile on the chart. Alright, so anyway, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of up there. I guess it just depends on how you can clock this baby up. So it says here your system performance is excellent. Nearly everyone with a Core i9-9900K at 5200 megahertz scores less. So there you go. So I guess 3550 is a good score, I suspect. And that's on whatever HW bot. Alright, I'm going to run some more stuff. So there's my case there. Right now I just got it kind of rigged up on the desk there because I'm doing some testing. Back here you have a CMOS clear button and a power button. Lots of USB ports. Got a dual Wi-Fi with a little stand there. Got my external hard drive here. I think this is like 4 terabytes, something like that. Got my other Wi-Fi antenna. This picks up a signal from really far away. It's very convenient. So right now I just got everything set to orange. The motherboard. My RTX card. 2080 Ti. Corsair. Case. I don't know if you can really see the front here. You can see the fans there. In front. And unfortunately the Republic of Gamers water cooler is not, the ASUS software is not compatible with the motherboard, so it's not picking up the temperature or the CPU RPMs or anything like that, so it's kind of messed up. It's a great cooler, but you know, it's just kind of stupid. Let me see if I can turn the light on here. Yeah. So there's the cooler there. And it's a Z390 RS Master board. 32 gigs of RAM. Ripjaws RTX card right there. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to run this benchmark one more time. This Intel benchmark. Everything's pretty much the same. I might try to clock this up a little bit more, but it looks like it's pretty much at its limit with the present core count and all that crap. So let me see if I can score 3550 again after stressing it. I just did some stress tests. So it might be kind of hotter than it was initially, but you can see here. .2 gigahertz. Temperature goes about up to like 91, 92 there. So yeah, so it's a little lower. So it's probably because it's been sitting. So let's try it again. See if it works any better. I had the light dimmer before, that's why it's kind of, the quality of the video is not as good. This camera seems to like a little. Alright, so this time it was higher. 3555. So might be able to play with the settings a little bit and get that higher. I have to do some research though, because I don't want to mess anything up. I mean, 5.2 gigahertz, I'm pretty satisfied with that, to be honest with you. So there you go, let's compare. That's probably why I'm comparing to myself. So I don't know, I'm not going to enter a contest. So I'm pretty much back where I was. Same spot there. Somebody scored 4,473. So it's still pretty much the same. It's going to vary. You know, nothing stays the same. So anyway, until I go to the next benchmark. Alright, so I have this up to 5.4 gigahertz. Don't know if it's stable yet, but I mean the voltage looks good. I'm not sure about that memory voltage though, but so far this motherboard seems to be auto-tuning everything quite well. So let me restart again, and I'm going to get up the information panel. Hi. So there you go. 5,400 megahertz. That's on just a, you know, all-in-one water cooler. So there you go. Let's see if it runs stable. Do some more benchmarking. So right now I'm doing the VR mark benchmark. Which is from 3D Mark. As you can see up in the corner there. I don't know if I can get it to focus any better. Yeah, VR Mark. And you can see the frame rates there. I don't know why it lightened up. 200 frames per second. I don't really know how long the benchmark is. I guess it's already done. So 13,125, average frame rate 286 frames per second. And there you have it. I don't know about Blue Room. What's the Blue Room? Blue Room. I don't know what the Blue Room is. Where's that at? Benchmarks. Ah, here we go. Blue Room, okay. So VR Mark Cyan is DirectX 12. And then this is for future, like Pimax, I guess. Well, let's do the... Let's do this one and see how our scores go down. Let's try that one. So a little over 13,000 on the first one. Takes a little while to load. I always like maximizing the window here. I don't know if it'll let me. No, you gotta do it real quick, otherwise it... There we go. There we go. So it makes it worse and worse, I guess, each benchmark. Takes a little while to load these files. I don't think it's my computer that's the issue. I guess it's just loading it into the RAM or graphics card or whatever it's doing. Or just putting it in the RAM, I guess, so I can run it as a game, I suppose. Come on, man. So this one's obviously more detailed, whereas the other one was just like kind of like a top-down thing. And let's see here. At least here we're going still over 200 frames per second. Of course, this is not in the headset, so you know, this could be just a not really an accurate depiction. A lot of stuff going on there, though, man. Still running at over 300 frames per second. Let's see if my computer is getting hot. $13,560. Okay, so Not really sure what these things mean here. The target frame rate is based on results achieved by a system that can maintain 90 frames per second. Okay. When running the benchmark in the HMD. So again, I'm not really sure. But you can see this is way ahead of the premium high-end PC. 13,560. So let's go back to the benchmark. And let's run the blue room. Let's see what that's all about. So we're going to have to wait for this to load again. I don't really know the difference between the two here. There we go, that one's a lot faster. Okay, this one's definitely more taxing. 100 and around 100 frames. Just running at 94. This one's obviously much harder to render. I'm not sure what resolution they're doing here exactly, but it's staying pretty good. I mean, it's 100 frames per second. You know, it drops, I guess, in certain areas where it's a little tougher, but pretty nice. But again, this is not like playing the game for an hour either, which could have a lot of performance issues. So here in that area it was down into the mid 90s, which is fine for VR. As long as you're over 90 frames per second, you're good. So that one is 4,644. Average frames per second was 101, and I guess their average versus target, I'm not really sure again what that means. I guess that's the ideal. 109 is what your best case scenario target is, I guess. Not really sure. I mean, if you're looking at the benchmark number, I mean, it's way above that premium high-end PC, so. Okay, I'll be right there. So, alright, so anyway, that's the VR benchmarks. Let me see my results. I don't know if it, I didn't put them online. What happened here? Oh, it already put them online. That's weird. Okay, well, thanks for asking me. I guess it just decided it's going to post them. So there they go. They were already on here, apparently. So my highest score was this one with the cyan room. So I don't know. Add to compare. I don't even know what this stuff does, to be honest with you. I'm not sure like how to do this. Let me see. So if you go to the so mine says better than 98% of all results for VR anyway. For that one, for the cyan. And then orange room, let's see how high that one is. Better than 99%. So I guess people must be running like SLI or something. I don't know. I thought VR didn't really run good on that. It says valid result. And then this one here, 4,000 for the blue. That one's better than 98% of all results. So, yeah. I mean, you can run these things over and over again. Alright, anyway, I'm going to do some regular 3D mark benchmarks shortly. So, I'll be back. Alright, so I forgot to show the specs of my system here before. So before I do more benchmarks with the 3D mark, you can see that on the left I have a GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. The GPU clock is 1453. The boost clock is the memory's up to 1756, and the boost is 1738. I have adjusted fan speed for that. I have the CPU set to do all the physics. Just because I have 8 cores, so I don't see why that's a problem. And as you can see, the processor over here is running at 5.2 gigahertz. And so far it's been stable. Cross my fingers. I don't know why it says the core voltage is 1.5. Because when I went into the motherboard itself, it said it was 1.32. So I'm not exactly sure why that's doing that. So let's see what this hardware monitor says here. Let's see if this thing is reporting it. Otherwise, I'm going to restart the computer and show you. I mean, unless the motherboard made some adjustments. I mean, it says here voltages. See, I don't know what this is here. This is the CPU V core. It says 1.5 up top there, but that's... I don't know what that is exactly. I thought we're going by this right here. This voltage, which is about what I had it set at 1.2. It fluctuates because I have it on dynamic, so it goes from 1.29 to 1.35, but it's average 1.325. So I'm not that experienced with overclocking. I'm not going to claim to be like somebody who knows what they're doing. I mean, I just did it through the motherboard itself, so I assumed that it was going to be stable. So again, I don't know really what this is up here, because this looks like, to me, this has something to do with like on the motherboard or something. Whereas this is, I think, is actual cores right here. I'm assuming, since this is 0 through 7, right? And then over here, I'm not sure what that means. The maximum would be 1.359, 1.37. So, yeah, I think I got it. I think it's right. I don't know what that 1.5 is. I'm assuming that's some other chip on the motherboard or something. Well, if you guys know what it means, let me know. I mean, the temperatures are not crazy, so if it was too high, I would imagine the temperatures here would go up really, really ridiculous levels. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with the way that I have this thing overclocked, so I'm just going to go with that. So, all right. Anyway, let's get these benchmarks started. Okay, so now it's... Oops, oh, okay, well, I guess it's going full screen. Now, this was kind of weird the way... I ran this benchmark before, and it ran differently each time I ran it, which was kind of strange. Like right now, this is running at 150 frames per second. Or actually over. But when I ran it one time, man, it was like crazy, like slow, like dragging along. So I don't know what happened there. They were having some issues with this program, and I think they since updated it. So now it did say it is thermal throttling, so I guess because it's pumping all the cores active, so it's you know, you can't have 8 cores running at 5.2 gigahertz. It's just not gonna work, especially on this kind of a system. So here you can see it's so hard. 180 frames per second. The lowest I saw there was 111. So this is, again, this is not the hardest benchmark here. This is just for what they call high performance PCs, which I think would be like your normal, I don't know how they even do it. If this is 1080p, I'm assuming. I mean, it doesn't look like 4K to me anyway. So you can see, and again, I have the physics bound to the CPU, so that may affect things somewhat. I was just curious if you could run these benchmarks with the physics bound to the CPU. I mean, it may be counterintuitive to do it that way because, you know, you want the graphics card to do as much as possible, but I'm looking at it this way. If the CPU is sitting and doing nothing most of the time, then I'd rather it be doing something and free up the graphics card to do its work, you know. This was a little lower here. You can see 50s to 60s. So here's the test results. So 27,000. So I don't know if that's better than what I had before. I mean, it doesn't seem... It says invalid score. Why? Oh, I gotta do that again. See, this was another problem that I was having before. It kept saying invalidated score. So I'll show you how to change that, and let's hope it fixes it. I may have to restart the 3D Mark again. But here, I'm going to show you what to do. You go to your NVIDIA control panel. And this is not really a my fault, you know. This is more or less 3D Mark's fault, I think, because it's not recognizing the driver change here. So let me see here. How did I do it? I think it's in 3D settings. So you got to go down to where it says texture filtering, negative LOD bias. Okay, change that to allow. Okay, and then hit apply down there. I think that was set that way for G-Sync monitors, but that's kind of messing up things elsewhere. So now I should have a validated result. So let's check that out. Again, it will do some thermal throttling because it's using a lot of the cores for the physics. But that's okay. I have this motherboard set to do that. Alright, so how are we doing here now? So we're back to about 140, 150, 160, 170, 180. So now hopefully that fixed the problem. We'll see. That's what I changed last time when it said invalid result, because it said something about the LOD setting was not right. So there here we're at about 160, 170, 150, 120, 130, 140, 130, 111 there. So I mean it's running pretty good. Now I don't know if me having all those programs open is affecting it, nor having Steam open, because Steam does take a lot of resources. So I don't know if I should shut Steam down once I start this up. But you know, for me, benchmarking, I would prefer people to benchmark while they're doing things, because to me that's when it matters. Like if you can get good frame rates while you're recording this stuff, which is why I usually like doing it that way, then you know you can definitely expect good results when you're gaming or working with your computer, because you know, when people benchmark stuff on a fresh Windows install and there's like nothing else running except the benchmark, then there's kind of like a, I mean, I understand that they want to have a controlled situation, but you know, if say you ran a benchmark for an AMD card and while you were streaming and it ran crappy, and then you ran a benchmark with the NVIDIA card while you were streaming and it wasn't crappy, then that shows a significant difference in performance there. Oh, there you go, see? Valid score. Alright, so it did fix it. So, there you go. So if you're having that issue, then change the that LOD setting. You know, how anyone would know how to do that? It's pretty ridiculous. I'm sure there's a lot of people frustrated. But I think I posted it on Steam. So let me check out my results online here. It says here better than 99% of all results. But as you'll well see, I don't know if that's my highest score. Let's see. That was Firestrike 1.1. 20. So 27,957 on my little modest machine. What did I get last time? I ran it on my laptop. I got 9,737. That's not bad. And then I ran it on my i7 7820 and got 24,139. And then I ran it with my GTX 1080 and I got 18,000. So that's pretty high. 27. What was the other one down here? This was with the RTX 2080 Ti on my 7820X processor there. And then this is, of course, with the 9900K. So that's 27. So that's my high score. I don't know what you do when you say add to compare. Not sure. I'm like nowhere to be found. Let's go back to, let's do Firestrike Ultra, and then we'll do the Time Spy Extreme at the end. And sorry if I'm so loud here. So we're not going to do the demo again. We're just going to do the basic run. I wish you could customize it, because that would be much better. So here we go. Firestrike Ultra. Now this one's going to be a little tougher to do, I guess. Again, I have the CPU bound to the physics, so I don't know if that changes things or if this forces the video card to do it. But this is a little tougher, as you can see. It's 42 frames per second, 54. So this one's a little tougher. I don't really know how I can make it better. I think this is running at 4K though, so that's why it's so rough. I don't think this is running at 1080p, so that's why this one's working a lot harder. So that's expected. I mean, this is made to, you know, work your system, so. And here you can see it's really struggling. Well, at first it was like 25 frames per second. Now it's hovering around 30. Again, I don't know how to really raise that. I mean, I guess I could overclock the video card and see if I can push some more frames out of it, but I don't think that's really gonna do a whole lot. But I'll try. And maybe since I got the physics bound to the CPU, that's messing things up. I'm not sure. You'd think it would make it better. So this isn't really any more laggy than the other. It's running about 80 to 85. So that's what it was running at before. So that's not really any different. So now this is the, I guess where they're fighting. Wow, 21 frames per second. Yeah, that's crazy. 17, wow, that's really low. See, that's what happened before though. Then I ran it again, and this one was like much smoother. So I don't really understand how this program works. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I don't think that's my highest score. But as you can see, it says valid score again, so we fixed that problem. Physics score is 26, graphics is only 8,000. So let's compare results online again. And let's see if that one was better. Yeah, that one wasn't better. It says better than 88%, but I don't think that was my highest score. I mean, it's above a 4K gaming PC, so I mean that's a good deal. Let me check my results. So that one is what? Fire Strike Ultra. So let's look at one of the old ones I did, if I even did it. So see, so here with the 7820X and the 2080 Ti, it was 8525. And then with the GTX 1080, wow, what a difference, 5402. So with another 8-core processor, it was 8525. So that was actually better than this one. So there's something not right here. Something is not right. I'm not sure what the problem is there. It definitely should be higher. So I wish it would give you details of exactly what's going on, like with the video card and the processor, because that would actually be much better, you know. So I gotta beat this. So let's do. Let me change the physics in the. Let me change the physics. And how you do that is go to the control panel again. And then here where it says configure surround sound and physics, I have it CPU bound, as you can see. So let's go to GeForce RTX 2080 Ti and see what happens there. Now let's see if that changes anything here. I mean, with 5.2 gigahertz, man, that should be killing the physics, but that's not how it works, I guess. All right, so let's run this again. Firestrike Ultra 4K, DirectX 11. So remember, it's running at low frames because this is at 4K. So, you know, just bear that in mind. It's really taxing the system. So let's see if this does anything. Forcing all the physics on the graphics card. I might end up crashing the computer because I have the graphics card overclocked, so I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. Drink as a coffee. Yeah, sorry about using my phone. Okay, so it's running at 40 frames per second. That's pretty much what it was doing before, 50 frames. So again, it doesn't really look any smoother than it was before here. Now it may not be noticeable here. 45 frames per second, 50. Time spy might be where the physics really come into play because it does that CPU physics test. So it's at 19 again, 20, 21, 28, 40. So everything seems to be running exactly like it was before, so I don't really see any difference. To be honest with you, I mean, it's at 23 here, so that's where about what it was before. $30 frames. It might be, I don't know, it might be a little worse. So I don't know. So again, 85, still about the same. Not much difference there. It's in the 80s where that's what it was before. We gotta hurry up here because it's gonna cut off my video. It only does like a 10 minute intervals for some reason. I guess so it doesn't overheat the phone. Alright, so this is 21. That's about what it was before. 20, 19, 18, 20. Yeah, this is about exactly the way it was before. It's not really much different. Still lower than the 7820X. Now that's quite interesting. Interesting. So that one's actually worse. Huh. Weird. I wonder what the heck's going on there. Strange, huh? Well, I'm not going to run the test again, but there's definitely something odd going on there because the 7820X is outperforming the well, I'm not saying it's a CPU's fault. It could be because I have this on. I should put that on auto. The physics maybe, so that way it probably switches between the CPU GPU. Alright, I'm back. This time I got my face in the camera. How you doing? What's up, man? So I made a few adjustments. I have my card clocked at 1758. The memory at 1759. I guess that's what that means. And I had to make some adjustments to the power and the voltage. So I'm not sure if that helped it really, but I got a score of 8,568. So I'm still not quite sure why I'm not getting like a better score than that. It seems like I'm just kind of like, it did get better, obviously. Better than 91%. So, and then if you look at my results, 8568 was better than the where is it? That was what, Fire Strike Ultra. Where'd you go? Oh, did I look at that wrong? I thought I did the Fire Strike Ultra before. Huh. Alright, so anyway, the last two scores here, 8256, 8239, and I just got the 8568 here. So, anyway, let's go back to the test here. Let's go ahead and benchmark Time Spy Extreme and see how that works out. No demo. So it looks like the top 5 are from 16330 to 19591, I guess. So let's go ahead and run this, see if it works. Because it didn't actually run the last benchmark till I made some adjustments to the video card because I didn't have it set correctly. So let's see if it crashes again or fails. My guess is that it will be fine, but looks like it's loading, so that's a good sign. So 35 frames per second. I mean, which is to be expected, I guess. It's kind of a rough benchmark. And who knows if it's really optimized. I mean, we just trust these guys to do it. Cafe au lait. And here's my computer. Unfortunately, my video card doesn't light up. Come on. So running around 30 frames per second. Yeah, something's weird. Sometimes when you overclock your video card, they it performs worse. I guess maybe because it's heating up more. I'm not really sure. You know, maybe it's just optimized to run at its stock settings. So in all cases, you know, overclocking doesn't necessarily help out performance. Just remember that. Even overclocking my CPU, since I got all the cores unlocked at 5.2, it's really putting out a lot of heat. So you're going to have a lot of thermal throttling, possibly, if that's how that works. So I could probably just put like the first 3 cores maybe on 5.2 and then have the rest set at 5 or less. And then here's the CPU test here. So this will be pushing the processor. So let's see if the computer crashes. Right, the power supply is definitely getting hot. I can feel the hot air coming out of that. So here it's running at 60 milliseconds sim time. Oh, that's yeah, I'm not sure like what that's doing there. See, I would think that this would have been going a lot faster here, so I'm not sure. See, my expectation would be this would be running better. That is a lot of junk going on there. So let's see what the results are going to be. Well, I don't know if that's a good score or not. Let's see. Temperatures are getting pretty high on that one. So better than 87% of all results. So I'm not totally sure I'm happy with that. That's not really that impressive. So that was what, Time Spy Extreme. Let's see what I got if I ran that on another. I don't know if I did it on another one or not. Right here, the i7-7820X. Got a 6202 with the RTX 2080 Ti. And this one I got a 6426, so I don't know. It's better, but certainly would have wanted it to be much better than that. So I gotta do some tweaks to the system here. Alright, I'm back. So again, I just noticed that this Fire Strike Extreme here says for multi-GPU systems and overclocked PCs. So I don't know what that means by overclocked, but mine's only overclocked by 2 gigahertz, so I don't know if it's really worth much. I'm not going to come anywhere near like 40,000 for a score. That's ridiculous. So let's run this one and see what kind of score I can get. Yeah, I'll be out. Give me a minute.
Daddy.
Hello. So here you can see this is running at 100 frames per second. That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's running better on this one, which is kind of weird.
I'm showing.
Go sit back there. I'm holding the camera. I can't. Right here. So I don't know what kind of settings this one's on, but this is like seems to be running way better than the other one, which is kind of strange. Come on. It was just at 80 frames per second. But this is running much higher than the other one was running before. So this is the same, still running in the 80s there. It doesn't go any better. So something fishy about this benchmark, man, because it can't be like exactly the same each time. I mean, that's really weird. I think that's just locked. That's why these benchmarking programs, I don't necessarily trust them because now this says 40 frames per second, 39. See, this is almost locked at like 39, 40 frames per second, so that doesn't make any sense. This obviously is not 4K. I mean, I don't know. I can't imagine it being 4K. So my system runs better on the SLI version and overclock version test. So that doesn't make any sense. So let's compare results here. So here it says better than 97%. So go figure. Go figure. So I don't know if that was running at 4K or not. So these guys were getting like 40,000, so they were obviously running an SLI. Alright, so one last benchmark. I don't really know if this even matters. The API overhead. I'm not sure, like, that's just basically API performance on your PC. So let's just run that. I guess this is pretty much CPU performance, probably. I would imagine. Single threaded performance. Part 2, single thread. Multi-threaded performance. I guess they run 2 tests just to be sure or whatever. DirectX 12, huh? Vulcan. So I guess this is the graphical, testing the specific graphical APIs. So I don't know if this one, I'm not really sure exactly how to tell if this is good or bad. I mean, I would imagine it's probably good. So here's 720 it was at. That was the default, so I don't know if you can change that or not. Doesn't really tell you, like, I guess people don't care about this too much. Apparently, because I don't see any comparisons here. Does give you more details, like here you can see that my RAM is running at 3,332. Maximum turbo is 5.2. RTX 2080 Ti. So I don't see where this is really going to matter, because I don't see anything there. PC Mark 10. All right, well, anyway, so that's pretty much it. I guess that's pretty much all we'll do here, because that's all that's probably relevant. I mean, Skydiver, that'll kill that test. I mean, there's pretty much nothing else to really push this thing to the limit. So, alright, well, that's it for 3D Mark. Maybe I'll try PC Mark and see what that's all about. Alright, thanks guys for watching.